Hey guys, welcome back. So today is going to be a fall makeup tutorial. I'm going to show you how I created this look, and I did use the Lorac Mega Pro Palette, which is limited edition, but if you don't have it, go ahead and use any similar colors that you already have in your collection, and I'm going to show you how to create this deep burgundy cranberry, definitely fall appropriate smoky eye. So let's go ahead and get started. We definitely want to prime the eyes, and I'm going to be using my recent favorite eye primer. It is by Anastasia. It is the Pro Pencil Eyeshadow Primer and Color Corrector, and I believe it's in just shade 1 or base number 1. I really like the convenience of this because you don't have to dig your finger in a pot. I usually will use my MAC paint pot or soft ochre, but I just have been reaching for this one lately, and I really do find it to be crease proof and just really great. And I just put it on and blend it out with my finger, and then I'm going to go in and just prime a little bit with that little crayon under the eye area because we will be placing eyeshadow under there as well. And then on a large fluffy brush, I'm using the Bobbi Brown Eye Sweep brush. I'm going to take cream and white, mix those together, and I'm just laying this down all over the entirety of my eye area, my eyelid, the inner corner, and all the way up to underneath the eyebrow. This is gonna just make a perfect base, so when we go in with other colors that are a little bit darker and that are gonna add a little bit more definition, it's just gonna make it so much easier, that much easier to blend out. So I always go in with a thin layer of a neutral color like this. Then I'm going in with an eye pencil. This is Teddy by MAC. It's just a soft kohl eye pencil. Any brand will work. I like it because it is super smudgeable and it is really easy to work with. Don't recommend using a waterproof crayon or anything that sets super fast for this technique because you need it to be blendable and you need to be able to go in like I am right now with this synthetic pencil brush from Sedona Lace, and I'm just going to smudge that out. And what we're doing here with this Teddy eye kohl is just defining the eye area a little bit, and it's also going to help the color that we go in with on the eyelid stick more and make that color darker and more intense. So again, just smudging it out, no precision necessary. Then I'm taking the colors Fawn and Camel, which are both matte colors as well, taking that on a duo fiber brush, and I love that brush by MAC. It's the 286 duo fiber brush, definitely a must-have. I'm just really super lightly laying that color down, and again, that's just gonna start the form of our definition and help us build on the look and make the other colors, the darker colors that we add later, easier to blend and easier to work with. So I'm just sweeping that back and forth. And why I love that dual fiber brush, the 286 by MAC, is because it has that nice tapered point, so it's precision as far as placement, but because it's dual fiber, it won't lay down a ton of pigment, which is exactly what we want. We just want a light wash of color. So if you don't have a duo fiber brush, then just be very light-handed with this color placement. Now we're going in with the star of the show, Merlot. This color is so beautiful, and I definitely wanted it to be the focal point of the look, and that's what it is. So I'm just taking that on a MAC 242, another Holy Grail brush, and I'm just, as you can see, stamping that or packing it right on the eye. I'm starting towards the bottom near the lashes because I want to slowly work my way to building the color exactly how I want it. And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of carve out a mushroom shape, basically mimicking the natural line of my lashes to make that mushroom shape. And then I'm just taking that, whatever's left on that duo fiber brush that we first used, and just kind of blending the top out. You'll see that I'm going to be going in with color, blending out, going in with more color, and then blending, color, blending, color, blending. That's just the way that I do my smoky eye. I find that it's the best way to really execute it and make it super smoked and have no harsh place where one color ends and one color begins. So here we are, just packing on that beautiful Merlot color again on the lid and carving out that mushroom shape. That's like the best way to think of it, I think, anyway. And then blending the harshness away. You can see where that Teddy eye kohl was laid down, that how that color really stuck to it, and the pigment on that is just so much more intense. Here we are, just packing some more of that Merlot color, building up the pigment. Now I'm going to go in with maroon. It's a little bit of a variation from the Merlot. It has a little bit more brown into it. So I'm going to just place that in the crease very, very softly, light pressure here with a blending brush. This is MAC 217. You can see I'm just going very light and just dusting that right on there to help build that kind of ombre look from the base of the eyelash up. Then I'm going in with just a clean blending brush, a big fluffy one. This is the MAC 224. Light to medium pressure and about small to medium circular motions is how I'm doing it, just to blend everything out. It looks like we're blending it away because we are a little bit, but that's okay. We'll get it. Just wait. And then going back in with those two matte transition colors, the Fawn and Camel, I'm taking this other blending brush. This one is a little bit different than that MAC 224. It's still fluffy, but it's a little bit smaller, so it's a little bit more precise as far as placement of color. And that one is the Sigma Diffuse Crease E38. You don't have to use all these different brushes like I am. You can totally use what you have. I just like to give all my brushes the love. You guys know that. So going back in with Dusty Plum, and on a more precise crease brush. This one is by Sigma. It's the Shader Crease E47. This is, I think, a must-have brush for anybody with hooded eyes or anybody with not a lot of eyelid space like I have. It just is so precise, and what we're doing here is just shading in the color between that deep Merlot at the base of the eye by the lashes and up to the transition point. We're just building up the color and filling it in where it was blended away. So I'm going back in with my MAC 242 brush and the star of the show, Merlot, and we're just packing on some more color. Just like I mentioned earlier in the video, it's all about blending, adding color, blending, adding color, etc. And you can see how that placement of those other colors in the crease is really helping the look to be super ombre and just smokier and darker at the base of the eye where the lashes are, and then it just kind of slowly smokes up. So going in once again with Fawn and Camel, and on that same brush once again, the Sigma Diffuse Crease E38, and we are just light pressure here, just windshield wiper motions back and forth, back and forth. And then again with Dusty Plum, going back in with that Sigma Shader Crease Brush E47 and just filling it in again and adding a little bit more definition with that color. And then I'm taking the color Apricot, which this just adds a nice little kick and helps the colors once again transition. And I'm taking that on the MAC 217 brush and just ever so slightly right in the bottom part of the crease and above the lid color. And then of course we're cleaning up, and I already have my foundation and concealer on here, but there was a little bit of fallout, so I just went ahead and cleaned up a little bit with a Q-tip to make the wings of the eye look nice and crisp. And then I'm taking this little brush, which I also love. It's by Sigma. It's the Shader Lid E56, and I'm taking that color Blush and just using that as my inner corner highlight. And I'm also gonna be popping that under my brow bone for a brow bone highlight. And that brush that I'm using right there is the Sigma Exact Blend E32. I don't really love it for blending, but it obviously works great for other detail work, such as the under the brow highlight. Now I am tightlining, and you just want to use a black waterproof eyeliner, any one you have. This one is the Makeup Forever Aqua Eyes. And then after you tightline, I'm just going to deepen up the look a little bit and add more definition and make those eyes really pop. So I'm just going to take a black gel eyeliner. I'm actually using the Sigma gel eyeliner in the color Wicked with a Sigma E05 eyeliner brush. And I'm just tracing that super close to my actual lash line. I'm just pretending like I'm filling in any holes or gaps between my natural lashes. And then I'm just making a really baby wing at the end just to tie it all together. And then, of course, this step is optional, but I went ahead and popped on some false lashes, and those are the ones that I used. And I actually really like them. They're super natural, but obviously dramatic at the same time. So going back in with that Teddy Eye Kohl by MAC, I'm just defining the lower lash line or the lower waterline, and I'm just putting that right in there just to make those eyes pop some more. And then going back in with those two colors that we've been using throughout the video, Fawn and Camel, on a synthetic pencil brush. That one is Sedona Lace. I'm just going to start on the outer portion of the eye and just smoke it out. I just think smoking out the lower lash line like this just brings together the whole look. I always like to start by adding the most pigment on the outer portion and then just bringing it inward, and that just deposits the perfect amount. So to deepen up that lower lash line a little bit more, I went back in with maroon, the same brush, a little bit of product, and just am working on the outer half of the lower lash line and connecting it up with the wing. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with that beautiful sparkly navy black color. It's so spectacular. It's called Indigo. And I'm just taking that on an angled eyeliner brush. That one is by Sedona Lace. And I'm just stamping it over the lash line, the lash band, and where I applied that black gel eyeliner just to help disguise it and make it look a little bit more natural. And that color had a ton of fallout, so in between there, I am cleaning that up, and I'm just wiping it away with a fluffier brush, and I just use my Real Technique setting brush. I find that with light pressure, if you just really lightly as you can dust it away, that's the easiest cleanup. And then I'm using a mascara, Maybelline Illegal Length, and I'm just trying to blend my natural lashes with the false lashes. Don't do too much mascara with falsies because it can make them look a lot more fake and false. I just like to blend my natural lashes with the band lashes. And then cleaning up here with a cotton swab again. I'm gonna go in with some eye cream because I need some moisture under my eyes. And then I'm gonna go back in with concealer and just brighten up under the eye area. This Bobbi Brown eye cream is amazing for using underneath makeup. It makes your skin super supple and just plump and moisturized, and it's just makeup goes on beautifully over it. So there I am, just using my ring finger to apply my moisturizer, my eye cream, and then I'm gonna go in with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla, which has a tiny bit of a pink tone to it, and I'm just putting that on, and I'm gonna blend that out with my damp beauty blender. See how that brightens up the whole look? I just can't handle that concealer. It is my holy grail under eye concealer for sure. Then I'm just going to go ahead and set my under eye concealer so it doesn't crease and it stays in place. And I'm using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused. And I'm just taking that Real Technique setting brush and just putting a little bit of product, not too much, but enough to make it so it sets in place. And then I'm just touching up my already done complexion with some MAC Care Blend pressed powder. Mine is in the shade Light, and this is a very natural looking powder. It has a little bit of coverage, but I just think it gives the face a nice finished look. So going back in with the color Blush, I'm just gonna retouch up that highlight. So going on the inner corner, and I'm taking just an angle synthetic brush here. I love how the angle brush just sits so well into that tear duct area. And that one is by Sedona Lace. So I'm taking my Bobbi Brown blush brush and my current favorite blush, which is Girlactik Star Powder Blush in the color Naples, I believe. I'll have it all listed below. It's such a beautiful natural color, and it has a nice sheen built right in. Now I'm taking the It Cosmetics Your Lips But Better Basically, it's a lip pencil that makes your lips amazing, and it actually has staining power in it, and I love it. And I'll have the exact shade listed below. And then I'm going in with MAC lipstick in the color Faux. And after you put on that lipstick, you are done, and there is the finished look. I think it's such a beautiful fall appropriate burgundy or cranberry smoky eye, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!